What I wish I knew at the start of my career instead of halfway through. Have you ever felt stuck? Like you're in a place where no matter how much effort you put in, you just can't seem to move forward? It's a feeling that can be incredibly frustrating and disheartening, like you're pouring your heart into something but it's just not working. We've all been there. The late nights, the endless hours, the constant grind. It feels like you're running on a treadmill, expending energy but not getting anywhere. That feeling of doubt creeps in. You start to wonder if all this effort is worth it. Is it leading you to where you want to go, or are you just spinning your wheels? We start to question our choices. Every decision we've made up to this point comes under scrutiny. Did we take the right path? Are we making the right moves? The uncertainty can be paralyzing. Is it time to quit? Or is this just a rough patch that we need to push through? The crossroads can be daunting, with each path offering its own set of unknowns. Or should we just keep pushing? Sometimes, perseverance is the key to success. But other times it feels like we're pushing a boulder up a hill with no end in sight. The truth is, quitting is often seen as a dirty word. Society tells us that giving up is a sign of weakness, a failure to endure. But is that really the case? It can feel like admitting defeat, like all the time and energy we've invested has been wasted. But what if we reframe our perspective? But what if I told you that quitting doesn't have to equal failure? What if instead, it could be a strategic decision, a way to redirect our energy towards something more fulfilling? What if it could actually be the bravest, most powerful thing you can do? To recognize that a certain path is no longer serving you, and to have the courage to change direction. Sometimes the most courageous act is knowing when to walk away. It's about understanding that our time and energy are valuable, and choosing to invest them wisely. It's about recognizing when something no longer serves us, when it no longer brings us joy or fulfillment, and having the strength to let it go. It's about choosing ourselves even when it's hard. It's about prioritizing our well-being and mental health over societal expectations. In this journey we call life, we're constantly evolving. Our dreams change, our passions shift. And that's okay. It's a natural part of growth. It's more than okay, it's beautiful. It means we're growing. It means we're listening to our inner selves and making choices that align with our true desires. Motivation. It's a word we hear often, but do we truly understand its depth and complexity? It's what gets us out of bed in the morning, pushing us to face the day ahead no matter the challenges. It's what fuels our dreams, driving us to pursue our passions and aspirations with relentless energy. But what is motivation really? Is it just a fleeting feeling, or is it something more profound? It's not just about willpower or grit, it's deeper than that. It's an intricate blend of our desires, values, and beliefs. True motivation comes from purpose. It's about finding meaning in what we do and aligning our actions with our core values. It's about connecting with something bigger than ourselves, something that transcends our individual needs and desires. It's about finding something that lights us up from the inside out, igniting a fire that keeps us going even in the toughest times. And sometimes, that purpose evolves. As we grow and change, so do our motivations. What once motivated us might no longer hold the same appeal. Our priorities shift, and that's perfectly natural. That's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of growth. We're not stagnant beings. We're dynamic, ever-evolving individuals. We're constantly learning, changing, and expanding our horizons. Our experiences shape us, and in turn reshape our motivations. Our motivation should reflect that. It should be as fluid and adaptable as we are. It's about being honest with ourselves about what truly inspires us, what drives us to be our best selves, even if it means letting go of what once did. Embracing change and allowing our motivation to evolve is the key to a fulfilling life. There's a certain stigma attached to quitting. Society tells us to persevere, to never give up. We're conditioned to believe that quitting is for the weak, but that's simply not true. In reality, quitting can be an act of incredible strength. It takes courage to walk away from something that's no longer serving us, even in the face of judgment. Research has shown that people who are willing to quit unfulfilling jobs or relationships actually report higher levels of happiness and well-being. They're not afraid to pursue what truly matters to them. Quitting isn't about giving up. It's about giving ourselves permission to choose something different, something better. What if I told you that quitting could actually open doors to new opportunities? It's true. When we let go of something, we create space for something new to enter our lives. Think about it. Every time you've quit something in the past, hasn't it led you to something else? Maybe you quit a job that was draining your soul only to find a career that you're passionate about. Or maybe you ended a relationship that was no longer serving you, opening yourself up to the possibility of finding a love that truly nourishes your soul. Quitting can be a catalyst for growth, leading us to unexpected and fulfilling paths. Section 5. Embracing the unknown. Of course, quitting can be scary. It means stepping into the unknown. But there's also a certain beauty in that uncertainty. It's a chance to reinvent ourselves, to explore new possibilities. It's an opportunity to discover hidden talents and passions we never knew we had. When we cling too tightly to what we know, we limit ourselves. We stay stuck in our comfort zones, afraid to take risks. But when we're willing to let go, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. The unknown is where the magic happens. It's where we discover who we truly are and what we're capable of. Section 6. Finding your why. So, how do we stay motivated after quitting? How do we navigate those moments of doubt and uncertainty? It all comes back to our why. Why did we quit in the first place? What were we hoping to achieve? When we connect with our purpose, our why, it gives us a sense of direction. It fuels our motivation, even when things get tough. Take some time to reflect on your values. What's important to you? What do you want to contribute to the world? When your actions align with your values, you tap into a wellspring of motivation that will carry you through any challenge. Section 7. The power of small steps. Big goals can feel overwhelming, especially when we're starting fresh. That's why it's important to break things down into smaller, more manageable steps. Celebrate each milestone along the way. Remember, progress, not perfection, is the goal. Focus on taking small, consistent actions each day that move you closer to your vision. Even if some days all you can manage is one tiny step, that's okay. It's still progress. Consistency is key. Section 8. Celebrating the journey. Remember, life is not a race. It's a journey to be savored. Embrace the ups and downs, the twists and turns. Each experience, whether perceived as good or bad, teaches us valuable lessons. Celebrate your courage to quit, your willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. Acknowledge your resilience, your ability to bounce back from setbacks. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself, especially when you make mistakes. Remember, you're learning and growing every step of the way. Section 9. Quitting as a stepping stone. Quitting, my friends, is not the opposite of success. It's a concept that has been misunderstood and stigmatized for far too long. Society often tells us that quitting is synonymous with giving up, with failure, with not being strong enough to see things through. But what if we reframe that narrative? What if quitting is actually a courageous act of self-preservation and self-respect? It's not a sign of failure, it's a sign of wisdom. of knowing when something is no longer serving you and having the strength to walk away. It's about recognizing that your time and energy are valuable, and that you deserve to invest them in something that truly matters to you. In fact, it can be the bravest, most powerful step we can take on the road to living a more authentic and fulfilling life. Quitting can be a declaration of self-worth, a statement that you are not willing to settle for less than what you deserve. It can be the moment you decide to take control of your destiny, to steer your life in a direction that aligns with your true passions and values. When we let go of what no longer serves us, we create space for something new to emerge. We open ourselves up to new opportunities, new experiences, and new possibilities. It's like clearing out a cluttered room. Once the unnecessary items are gone, there's room for fresh, new things to come in. We give ourselves permission to pursue our dreams, to become the best versions of ourselves. Quitting can be the first step towards a new beginning, a fresh start that allows us to chase our true aspirations with renewed vigor and determination. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're questioning your path, remember this. It's okay to quit. It's okay to change direction. It's okay to seek something better for yourself. Life is too short to stay in situations that drain your spirit and stifle your growth. You have the power to choose. You have the power to decide what is best for you, to take control of your own narrative, and to write your own story. You are not bound by the expectations of others or the fear of judgment. You have the strength to quit. You have the strength to walk away from what no longer serves you, to break free from the chains of obligation and expectation, and to pursue a path that truly resonates with your heart. And in that quitting, you might just find your greatest success. You might discover a new passion, a new purpose, a new sense of fulfillment that you never thought possible. So embrace the power of quitting and let it be the stepping stone to your most authentic and rewarding life.